Cindy from Cindy's Life in Stitches, coming to you today with a different type of a video. As the title says, today is Bell Canada's Let's Talk Day. It is all about mental illness and talking and sharing your story. And if you don't have a mental illness, then it's about helping people and that do have a mental illness. There's no difference between a mental illness and someone with the flu. The only significant difference, of course, is that you can see someone has the flu, but you can't see someone who has anxiety and depression. A lot of us are really good at hiding it. Like myself, I'm very good at hiding my anxiety. I'm very good at putting on that smile that just, because I don't want to tell people that, yeah, I'm sick. I have had this depression now for 20 plus years, and it really sucks. And it really sucks because when you have anxiety, especially for me, and depression, you're like, okay, well, today's a good day, but what's going to happen tomorrow? So sometimes my brain will always think about the next day, like what's going to happen. So if you're interested, I'll share a little bit of my story with you on my way to work today, because this is the time that I have to record this video. When I was young, my parents divorced. My mother left me with my dad. She left. And I stayed with my dad for a bit. Then he wasn't capable of taking care of me due to no fault of his own. So my grandparents stepped in and took over. And I was raised mainly by my grandparents. So they took care of me, and they were my everything. They were my best friends. They were my mentors. They were my protectors. They were just everything. They took care of me unconditionally, and they loved me unconditionally. And to have someone in your life that loves you, and you know that they love you, is very rare. For me, maybe not for you or someone else, but to know that someone loves you no matter what you do, that is rare for me. Because I knew that no matter what I did, they loved me. So when I lost my grandfather in 1994, it was such a blow. Like, that was the biggest loss of my life at that point in my life. And I had just started going out with my now husband. I didn't know what to do. Like, I lost him, and it was like, I lost my protector. I lost the person that I knew loved me. And that's when the depression hit. And that's when the anxiety hit. Those feelings of you're out of control. And when you have anxiety, it's like everything is anxious. Everything is like, you don't know what you're doing. I can't just, it's like your nerves, they just like give you like tiny little jolts. That's what an anxiety attack is for me. It's like tiny little jolts on your nerves. So when I lost him, that's my first bout of depression that I had. I didn't know what I was going to do. My husband was great. I loved him dearly. But it was like, okay, now where do I go? What do I do now? I still had my Nan, thank goodness. So she was a big help. But it was hard because she lost her husband, and they had been married for 50 years. So I had to take care of her and help her get through the loss of her husband. And then as well as grieve for my dad, because he was my dad. I mean, my dad was still in the picture, and I still loved him. But he didn't live with me. He lived up in another province. So I didn't see him every day. So I worked on that, and then I kind of got a little bit better, and then my husband and I got married, and we had babies. And then I lost my was it. It really kicked in. The depression, the anxiety, that kicked in. Because I didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, I've lost the two most important people in my life. They're gone. They are gone. So now what do you do? Who's going to tell you that you're being stupid, but still love you? Which is what my nan would do, you know? She would put me in my place, but do it in a way that I knew she loved me and wasn't being mean. So when I lost her, it was like, okay, it really kicked in. And I suffered in silence. I didn't tell anyone. My husband kind of knew, but I didn't tell anyone. Because what are you going to do? Walk up to someone and say, yeah, I've got anxiety, I've got depression. They're going to look at you like you're nuts. Like there's something wrong with you. So that was really tough. And then after my kids started to get older and I started worrying about them, like what's going to happen to them? Are they going to be okay? They're going to go to school? Are they going to get picked on? Are they going to have enough friends? Are they going to be happy? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. It just spiraled. It just spiraled. So finally I said, okay, I can't deal with this. I was to the doctor for different things. And I always said, wow, that guy almost got hit. So I almost said to the doctor, okay, I need help. I've got depression. I've been thinking about taking medication for a while, but there's such a stigma about taking medication. It's like, if you take medication, then there's really something wrong with you. But I said, you know what? I need help. At least what I figured with taking medication is that you can take it and then it will allow you to clear your head a bit, and then you can work on your problems. Oh, that makes me sad. There's a gentleman back there. He's like got a sign looking for work. Good grief. Oh, I tell you. Oh, anyway. Sorry, I got totally distracted there. So, that sucked. Damn it. So, I took the medication and I figured, okay, well, the medication's going to help me. It's going to clear my head. It's going to allow me to work on myself. But now, in the past little while, and it did work. It cleared things. It made things better. It took away that fog that I was having. But now I'm at the point where I've been taking medication for 3 years, and I'm thinking, okay, well, am I relying on the meds too much? Am I not fighting this anymore? Like, I've got to, like, figure this out. I know that my kids benefited a lot from me being on medication, because I wasn't worried as much when they would go outside to play in the backyard. I mean, honestly, they're playing in the backyard and I used to freak out. Like, oh my God, I gotta watch them. And they were just like, Mom, you're suffocating us. And I did not want to hear that at all. So, my whole point of sharing my story with you guys today is that anxiety and depression can happen to anyone. It can happen to your neighbor, it can happen to your best friend, it could happen to your mother. I don't know what that guy's doing. There he goes. So it can happen to anyone, you know, that you love. Now what are you doing? What are you doing? Good grief. He don't know what he's doing. So my point of this whole story, telling you guys on my way to work today, is if you have mental illness, please talk to someone. Don't bury it. It's not going to help you. And life should be enjoyed as much as you possibly can. I battle with this every friggin' day that I wake up. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to talk to anyone today. Sometimes I'm at work, I just put my headphones in and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone today. Half the time I'm close to being in tears. My escape is the bathroom, for goodness sakes. then there are days that I'm like, I'm great today and I'm happy today. A lot of the way that I cope with anxiety is through cross-stitching and now diamond painting, because it allows my brain just to focus on one thing instead of focusing on a million things, which is sometimes what I tend to do. So if you have anxiety and depression, please talk to someone. Don't let it get so bad that I did, and I waited and I suffered for far too long, 20 years, and I only sought help 4 years ago. Like, that's a long time to go with those feelings and carrying them around. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say that there were not days that I wasn't happy. I mean, obviously I was happy. I had a great husband. Sorry guys. I had a great husband. I had beautiful children. But the loss of my grandparents were so significant that it basically just hurt that part of me. And that's my story. That's what happened to me. That's where my depression started and my anxiety. So please get help. Please ask someone for help. Please talk to someone. I'm talking to you. I'm putting myself out here for you guys today. This is going to be hard, and I hope I get the courage to upload this today when I get home. Because I know I'm rambling and I'm all over the place, but that's just me, because sometimes my brain doesn't fire proper and I'm just like all over the place and I don't know what to say, and I worry about everything, and I worry a lot about my appearance. You know, there's a long time that I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw. I was like, I'm getting too big. I'm not pretty enough. That's a big thing for me, that I wasn't pretty enough. I always had my grandparents around to tell me that I was pretty. And I didn't have them anymore, so I was like, okay, well, who's going to tell me that I'm pretty, right? Anyway, even like starting FlossTube, worrying about my numbers was the big reason why I left. I was like, well, there's no one even watching. Like, why am I bothering? No one, maybe they don't like me. And then that would cause me to become more anxious. So that's why I took a break from FlossTube, was because, and that was no fault of anyone's own. I'm not going to force you to watch me, you know. I have to realize that. I'm putting these videos out for my enjoyment now. If I have 15 people that watch it and love it, that's great. You know, I don't need thousands and thousands. I mean, it would be nice, but I don't need that. You know, I want to do these videos for myself, and I want to showcase what I love. Anyway, way off topic. So, bottom line, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, please talk to someone. And don't feel that if you have to take medication that there's really something wrong with you, because there's not. You know, like, sometimes meds help, and don't listen to all these BS people that tell you like, oh, take vitamins, and they don't know what you're going through. So if you feel that taking medication is right for you, then do it. Please do it. For me, taking the medication, it helped lift that fog that I was feeling. It helped me to open my brain and to be able to communicate better and to be able to pinpoint, okay, why am I having these feelings? Where are they coming from? How can I help them? It helped my children because it helped me to ease up a bit and not suffocate them as much. Of course, I still worry. I'm a mother. I'm going to worry about my children. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But again, for me, taking the medication helped. It might not be for everyone, and I'm not saying go do it. What I'm telling you, hopefully, is that if medication will help you, then do it. Try it. Ways that you can cope with anxiety are reading, crafting, talking. Talking is a big thing. Please talk to someone. If you're having issues and you need someone, talk to them. You know, whether it be if talking to a friend or a family member is going to be too hard for you, if you have a pastor or a father from a church, go talk to them. Or, you know, if you can't afford that, check with your work and see if they have workplace employee assistance program like I do. Call them on the phone. It doesn't cost anything, so take advantage of that. The girl I was talking with that did my therapy, she didn't suggest journaling. She thought it was not good to rehash. Like for me, if I got into an argument with my husband, I would rehash it in my journal. She said, don't do that because you're reliving that whole experience over again and you're prolonging your anxiety. And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. But then my anxiety would say, well, no, you can't do that. You have to write it out. You got to keep going. Got to keep it going. So there are different ways of looking at things, and there are different ways that you can get help to help yourself. So this video is getting kind of long, and I've got to get into work. But basically, I just want to tell you that you're not alone. I am by no means an expert, and I'm not a therapist. I've dealt with it for 20 years, and I really want to help someone. So if by me opening up to my story helps you, then I've done a good thing. And I've taken the time on my way to work, and I probably look silly sitting here talking to myself. But I want to help someone. So if I help you guys today, then that's great. If you don't like it, then that's okay as well. But my message of hope for you guys is that you feel better. And every day for me, the anxiety and depression is going to be a battle. I'm not by no means blaming my grandparents. I mean, it was not their fault they passed. It was me that I had to learn how to cope with it. And I just couldn't. Because they were like my life. So anyway, I'm going to stop because I don't want to start crying and I have to go into work now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to talk to me, just link it down below. So, if you want to talk to me, just link it down below or put me a comment and put me a comment. And I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.